Hi, everyone, dear citizens of Grosse Iles. We will go over the letter that you received in your mailbox last week. So, we will take time to explain what really happened on the public meeting of Maritime Community on April 9th, not April 8th. April 8th was the date of my live on Facebook regarding the problem. I think it's April 9th. So anyhow, I will share the screen and we're gonna read very slowly the letters. I'm sorry for the French community, but this is addressed to Grosse Iles citizens and Ile d'Entrée, where is the principal uh, uh, English-speaking people lives in this region, and English people was put aside since the beginning of that process, except me talking about it. And your mayor stated that there is misinformation. We will go to explain that to you because there is no misinformation unless there is people who spreading stuff. Your mayor doesn't say what it is exactly. So we're going to go through those two letters, one from the maritime community and one from your mayor. So let's share the screen so we will be able to read that carefully. So I'm gonna put me in a small things, and we're gonna start to read that letter. So Tuesday, May 14, 2024, that letter was done. It's a press release. And since the beginning of that ordeal, there was no information go through the English speaking community in your own language. So let's go through all that. Sustainable Land Management Fund. The archipelago is counting on the honor and attachment of visitor by 2024. Why they say that is because they decide to back off. They said they're not backed off, but they're backing off uh, for their own reason, not because the citizens speak out, but for their own reasons. So that's a sign that they don't listen at citizens. They prefer to said that they do a step aside, not backing off. So Ile la Madeleine, the 14th of May 2024, far from backing down in front of the decision from the municipal council to bring the 60,000 visitors to contribute to the maintenance of infrastructures of archipelago and its futures. The maritime community and the municipality of the island still in negotiation with Transport Canada on the operational aspect of this project is stepping aside and inviting people to contribute the $30 for archipelago pass. So they want to have a contribution voluntarily. It's not forced now. And let's go back in time because, as the mayor say, your mayor said, she said that there is misinformation. So now we're going to say the real information. And when the mayor said that there is misinformation, it's because she's in trouble. She doesn't say stuff happening. She doesn't say what she's voting for. And the way to get out of the deal, she just accused the opponent of misinformation without stating anything. So starting in April 2023, so 1 year ago, the mayor of Ile la Madeleine, which is including all the township that you know, and also the president of the maritime community, make a statement. He said at that time that he will not implement the archipelago pass because they are not ready. So that's really what was said on the CFIM radio of Magdalen Island. So that's what's happening. So that's true facts. So we will share with you the link so you can listen by yourself in French what the president of the community was saying, which is Mr. Antonin Valiquette. So your mayor doesn't tell you in April 2023 what's happening really. So they have that plan since a long time. It doesn't start yesterday. It doesn't start on April 3rd. It doesn't start on April 9th, 2024. It started really 1 year and a half ago. So I don't know what could be misinformation in that, but that's exactly what the mayor said. And that was the silence of your mayor about the thing. And what is Archipelago Pass? At the beginning, with the bylaw, that was adopted by both organizations, Communauté Maritime or Maritime Community, and Ile de la Madeleine Town. So, what was the both bylaw? One bylaw was proposed by your mayor, Joy Davy, at a special meeting, which is not the regular meeting of the maritime community. So it was hidden from citizens. Yes, of course, there is public notice, but citizens are usually used to the regular meeting, not the special meeting. So at that meeting, she proposed the bylaw, which is 2024-06. So that bylaw stated two things. It will establish a fund for a regional park, and it was establishing a fund for garbage management. So that was proposed by your mayor without your knowledge. I don't think she discussed that in any public meeting that you have, and I think it will be a good idea for you citizens to have all the next meeting of your island under recording, like it's the case on maritime community, and also citizens of Ile de Madeleine town does the same. So you should have that all in the recording, so there is no misunderstanding in the futures. So that the thing she was proposing. So the establishment of Archipelago Pass. At the first, that pass will oblige any citizens of the island, including Grosse Iles citizens, when they want to get out of the island between May 1st and October 14, to put in front of an officer face ID or any ID that proves that you're citizens of the island. And there was a second thing about citizens of the island or owner in the island. So there is two type of owner: the owner of summer house that they use in different period, but it's not their domicile. They will have to go to the city hall in order to get a letters stated that they are citizens, so they can have the $30 waive as well, or their family the $100. And then there is the owner of land. So those owners are obliged to pay no matter what. So that's created discrimination between owner and the island and resident of the island. You own a property or you rent a property and you're a resident of the island, you don't have the same appreciation from that bylaw. So that was the thing that she approved. And in that bylaw, there is many obligation and there is penalty if you don't show your picture ID. So you can be a subject of a fine of $1,000 plus the fees. So that was not said to the people of the island. As we talk regarding the regional park, there is a project of 90 pages right on the Munil websites. Discussing about what will be the regional park, including parts of Grosse Iles. And there will be discussion regarding controlling all the aspect of the regional park. Who can move, when they can move, what they can do, what they cannot do. And that's what they want to do. But in fact, there is also, land under protections by federal or Quebec government. That will not change. That will be the same. That will remain the same. What will change is that all the power on the park will be owned and operated by the community maritime. And as you know, your mayor said that she have no say in that thing because you have just one vote. So it's up to Grosse Iles now to express their concern to maritime community and to get out of that deal. They can get out of the regional park deal and ask the people of maritime community, we're not going to get inside that thing. We will not have a part of our territory in the regional park, period. It will be the way it was since day one, since beginning of that public land. So public land is part of that regional park. That's exactly what it is. And if you go read those documents, one of 314 pages and the other of 19 pages, you will see all what they discuss in that thing. And one of the main thing is the discussion is turning around the fact that they want to check all use of the territory and misuse of the territory, and maybe split things with among a user of the territory. So we will never talk about fees because usually regional park waives fees to resident. Usually that's the way it is all over Quebec. I have the experience of that because when I was city councillor, I have the fees waived to our citizens. So the question is not questions of fees; it's question of use. Who can use it, when they can use it, and the fact that you will be under surveillance at all times. Is it good thing or bad thing? That's up to you to decide. Okay, it's not up to me to decide. But the most important thing is to know that regional park it's not necessary in order to protect the land. It's not necessary to do that kind of fund because it can be established within the municipal budget. So that thing is kind of a different. I will try to understand why they want to do a regional park. So because everything under regional park will be out of the reach of citizens. Because when you want to have information regarding what's happening inside of that, all the salary who's going to be paid is going to be very difficult because it's become an organization outside of the municipality. So they never explain to you how it's going to be managed. They never explain to you what is the protocol between the cities and the non-profit organization. And you know that on this island there is a lot of non-profit organization who grab tons of money from federal, provincial, and municipal level government. So that's exactly what's happening right now. So I don't know what is misinformation in that, but it's exactly what's happening. And discussion between regarding regional park, according to the maritime community, start about 20 years ago. Apparently, they do polls. They integrate their what they call their partners, but what they do with the citizens, we don't know. So we continue the letter now. We should remember that the Archipelago Pass, introduced by maritime community and the municipality of the island of on May 1st, represent a key initiative for sustainable management of territory. First of all, it was not introduced on May 1st. It was proposed by your mayor as a bylaw on April 3rd and adopted on April 9th. It was supposed to start on May 1st, but they said following the meeting of April 9, exactly on May 1st, the maritime community, with the voice of their president, said that they will postpone the use of the archipelago pass. Why? What was the reason of postponing? The reason was very simple. They said that they have a computer glitch with their platform, payment platforms. And they said it's going to be closed till a new notice. And then we get a further notice on just before their meeting on May 14, where they said, "Oh, we don't have any result with the discussion of Transport Canada, so now we're going to make it voluntarily payment." But first of all, let's say that way. In April 2023, they was not ready to do the things. So that's mean within all those times they didn't talk with Transport Canada. That's what appear from what they say. We don't have any proof of their discussion between Transport Canada and Maritime Community, and between Transport Canada and Île la Madeleine City Hall. So it's very strange to me that now they said that they don't achieve any goal with Transport Canada since they started the discussion in the autumn of 2023. So is it the real reason? We don't really know, but they know that they have tremendous amount of pressure from citizens for information, and because they never, ask you your opinion regarding the archipelago pass, which is something who will make sure that any of your family who live on the continent or the mainland, if you prefer, will have to pay to visit you between that period I mentioned above. So it's a thing that was never really discussed in any municipal council. And when question was raised at your last council, the mayor said that she cannot talk about it, and she's part of the member of the maritime community first, and second, she can talk on behalf of the municipality of what's happening, in your back. And she declined that, and she said, "Oh, we will have the president come and talk to you regarding that." No, you want to have the position of your city council meeting about the regional park form or not. Do you want it, or do you not want it? That's the questions. And are you going to support that? Yes or no? It's very easy answer that can be given. And they talk about misinformation, but you know what? It's not saying something to citizens. It's even worse. And that's what's really happened with your mayor right now and with your city council, because we suppose that the city council discussed the matter in their meeting, not in their public meeting, but in their caucus. So in their caucus, they should discuss what's happening to the maritime community, like we did in every city council in Quebec. Usually when mayor's coming back from the MRC, they make a statement and they tell us what's happening at the MRC. That's normal that the city council should be informed. So did your city council was informed by your mayor, yes or no? We don't know yet, because her letters say almost nothing, and she put everything on the back of the opponent, without taking her accountable for what's happening. And she's accountable towards our citizens. So we continue the letter. We should remember that the archipelago pass introduced by, okay, that thing we already read it. Just a sec. The regulation will be adjusted so that $30 contribution is done for now and the optional basis via online application. Seeing the ease shows by many tourists at the municipality, it's calling to honor of the visitor who recognize the particular character of the Madeleine Island and wishes to contribute to sustainability. So that it's a lot of words that's meaning exactly nothing. I just have to let you know that the law that permit those funds exists since 2017. It was adopted by Couillard government, the Liberal government. So it exists since 7 years, and now they just decide to do that now. Why? It was not important to do sustainability before? All questions remain, without answer. This support is an engagement toward the 13,000 islander in maintenance of their infrastructure that are available to them and the travelers. But we have to understand that the infrastructures will be in the case of the municipality of Magdalene Island, not Grosse Iles. You have to understand that. So they mix everything out in that letter. So that letter is made by maritime community, but they should have two different letters. One for the municipality of Magdalene Island and the other one from the maritime community. And they said it's honor payment. So do we have dishonorable tourists? What the hell is treating tourists like that? And it was saying many times that tourists are making trouble here and they destroy everything, which is not true. We have even received $60 check from two visitors that came last year, say the mayor, encouraged by many acts of support from the past few weeks. Come on. They receive $60. Where they get that thing? They think they're gonna convince people with that kind of bullshit? I'm sorry, but it is really bullshit. Zero tolerance. If the positive message are pouring in the city hall, the one who do get attention are the one with appropriate remarks, sometimes heinous and inappropriate, non-verified information that have diverged to debate and degrade the social climate of archipelago. So that's what we call a statement without any proof. And that statement is to hurt the opponent of the project, which never lies. So I invite you to listen at Mrs. Chaniterio or Mr. Jackie Poirier or even Mr. Léon Sarceneau on Newscast, or you can listen at any of the citizen on May 14 and tell me what was wrong in that thing. Nothing. So they try, to intimidate citizens right now. And they go further. The disrespectful comments that the member of the council, the municipal team, and have received in recent weeks are unacceptable and will continue to be denounced as they should be. Yes, they denounce something. That's another statement without any proof. And I remember all communication at the city hall are under recording. So they said that they received stuff. They have to say who made it, when they made it, and what they say. So, or they just have to shut their mouth and don't do statement like that to undermine the work of the opponents. In a community, it's normal. There is opponent and there is for it, but there is majority. And when majority said something, municipal council should back off, and they did not back off. We must collectively oppose this kind of behavior that aims to undermine democracy by creating a climate of fear. What undermined democracy here? If it's not the city council who was hiding facts, who was not answering question and still not answering question even at May 16 meeting information sessions. So that is an undermine of democracy. Citizens ask question and they get no answer. And moreover, they decide to hire a specialist in communication to assist them and to block question during the period. You just have to go on the site and just listen what happened in those 3 hours. And it's the disrespect was coming more from the elect people that it's coming from the citizens themselves. So look what's happened on May 14, municipal meeting, not municipal meeting, but maritime community meeting, and tell me what was disrespectful. So what they do in that letters, they attack credibility of the opponent. Moreover, that's defamation. Those two paragraphs that I just read you are pure defamation. And mayors should be accountable for that defamation. Insists Mayor Valiquette, who calls on citizens, partner, municipal employees, and elect officials in Quebec to fiercely oppose the malicious effect that these comments can have on people's lives. So that's what I call clearly defamation against the opponent without any proof of what they're saying. So maybe at the next city council meeting, they should disclose what it's mentioned here, those statements without any proof. So you have to be very careful with elect people when they say things like that without any proof. It's because they want to convince you to accept something that it's unacceptable for you. So the maritime community and the municipality of Island will go ahead with the information evening session for its citizens scheduled for this Thursday at 7 p.m., which was May 16, it's just passed. So you get no information at that meeting. You're going to see question was asked and mayor was embarrassed by most of the question, unless it was people who please him in the crowd, because in those crowd there is what we call what we call people were there especially to please the mayor. But when the mayor was facing questions, he was unable to answer those questions. Most of them was not answered. Most of them, if it's not all of them. You just have to listen by yourself. You don't need, to listen at me. You can go listen those two meetings. That's all in French, but it's good idea to take time to go and listen at that in and looking at those two statements, zero tolerance, two statement. You look at that and then you listen, and then after you come back to me and you will see that those two statements are an exaggeration of the real climate right now in the archipelago. Because a good climate is created by a city council that is open-minded with their citizens. That's the way it works. Briefing of Thursday. The maritime community and the municipality of the island will go ahead with the information evening session for the citizen scheduled for this Thursday at 7 p.m. In the meantime, the regular council meeting will take place this evening, where the other municipal topics of interest will be dealt with. So basically what they tell you that they're going to give information, but when you're going to listen at that, you're going to see that you get no information whatsoever that you didn't not know before that. And what was brought out by the opponent was only the information that they can gather on municipal level, on municipal websites. So saying that there was disinformation, it's a lie. It's a pure lie. Without proving a statement, it's become kind of a lie, and we call that a white lie, to just distort the reality of facts, and moreover, to have the opponent look really bad. That's the only way some city council behave. Instead to acknowledge that they made mistake, they prefer to counterattack. And that's a counterattack. And what is said here against the opponent is defamation, clear defamation. So now let's go back to Grosse Iles letters. Dear citizens, May 15. So it was just the municipal meeting no, not Île d'Entrée, it's at l'Étang du Nord. There was that information session on May 16. Dear citizens, and that letter is signed by your mayor. With the overwhelming number of comments and misinformation published on social media in the last few weeks, without mentioning, it's again a statement without any proof. I invite you to contact the office. If you have questions, accurate information must be obtained, and people should not rely on unofficial source of social media. But what's happening on social media? They just share you, document that they find on the municipal level. But did your mayor in the last few months, because it started a year and a half ago, did your mayor made statement at municipal meeting to tell you what's happening? Did she send you a letter to let you know that she will approve, the fact that you will have to show a picture ID when you get out of the island? Did she do that? Yes or no? You have the answer. I don't have the answer. Did she tell you that? You have the answer. I have always been and will always be there for my citizens. So yeah, okay, she was always be there for the citizen, but did she tell you what she approved on May 3rd? What she proposed? Did she tell you that? Did she tell you that that a big, regional park will be established with that fund? Did she tell you that? Yes or no? Please remember that you know me and my value. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Unlike random people, I have never met making TikTok video. She should. She should make TikTok video to inform the citizens. Yeah, she did not inform you. I'm pretty sure no meeting have information, and you start to get information, when citizens start to talk on Facebook, when citizens go at your municipal meeting, when citizens go to meet your mayor in private, and that she disclosed that meeting in the city council meeting. So that was done. They go meet your mayor to ask her question that she declined to answer. That's really what happened. So ask your mayor, when she receives two citizens from the island, what she did answer to them, to the question that they brought to her. She was not shy to tell you that she had that meeting at the last city council meeting, according to the information that I gather from those from your citizens of Grosse Iles. So she has to answer that. Why the citizens of another city have to go answer her questions? And then after those citizens talk to other citizens of the Grosse Iles region. So there is a lot of hide and seek game here, and TikTok will be a good idea for her to reestablish the truth. If there is no truth in those TikTok, tell me what is not true that she did approve the bylaw 2024-06. Tell me what it's not true in that thing. It's really the fact that she proposed it at the maritime community on April 3rd on a special meeting, not on a regular meeting. Tell me what is not true in that thing. And then she said, I also sit as the maritime community table where regional matter are decided along with my elected colleagues from the other island village. I have one vote out of 7. I learned that it was more than that, but I think it's 9 total, but maybe she's right. I have one vote out of 7 at regional level. Therefore, although Grosse Iles is an independent municipality, we do not have more decisional power at the regional level than other than the village of the island, like Grande Entrée or Amherst. Come on. As I understand, there is 2 towns in the maritime community, Grosse Iles and Magdalen Island City. That's it. So that's neighborhood. Okay, now before it was city council, but there is not now. Maybe I'm mistaken, but that's what I see on government level information. So basically, yes, Grosse Iles have a say. They can disengage themselves by a resolution sent to the maritime community. You can disengage by a resolution saying so of the regional park and the archipelago pass. You can disengage of that. But you know what? When you propose something, after it's very hard to back off. But she can still do it now, since it's not in application before June 1st. She can disengage herself and the city of Grosse Iles in the regional park matter. The garbage collecting business, it's another thing, and maybe it's a good idea to make your own evaluation and think, is it a good thing to be with the group? But getting out of those groups is really hard after the fact. So you must behave and act fast if you don't want to be forced to have the decision from the other part of the island who have the majority of voice. She just tell you that, and I tell you that in a TikTok. So what was not right? She just repeat my own words. So what was not right in TikTok? Tell me. So clearly she direct that thing towards me. That's fine. It's okay. But you know what? In a fight with city council, truth must be given to citizens. And the problem here is the thing was hid from the citizen, because citizens tell me that the first time they start to hear about it is when the things happen on April 9th at that meeting. So for your information, here are local versus regional municipal responsibility. So regional municipal assessment, agglomeration land use and development plan, of course, arterial road, public transportation, residual material garbage, because they decide to jump in that thing. Your city council decide to go with the maritime community. They could decide to do the thing themselves. Public security, including fire and first responder. The decision to establish a fire department in your town is up to you. But a small town like you, it's maybe better to go with the regional level. Social housing, entrepreneurship service, tourist service, promotion of territory. Local road and road work, urban planning and legislation, culture and leisure, social activity and urban park. Urban park, exactly. So urban park, why you cannot have your own park with the public lands? Police service. So police service can be shared with the two, but it's done with the municipal level, which is okay. Local economic development, emergency plan, AUSPET, management of the local revenue, taxes and others, environment, bylaw related to above. So that's not a problem. It's okay. It's okay to say that. So now you know exactly what maritime community decide. So during the public meeting for maritime community on April 8, 2024, I did vote in favor of the pass archipel because I support the idea of fund being collected to help set the cost of extra garbage amassed during the tourist season. So, but there is no proof whatsoever now that there is a surplus. There is no proof that they hire more people than they hire during the winter. And if you look the facts, Archipelago Pass is split in two. It's very difficult to understand, but I will try to explain. City of Magdalene Island have $15 out of the 30, okay, for what we call the infrastructure for tourism. So that was adopted in the bylaw 2024-12 by City of Magdalene Island. What you approve on your side is the other $15 of the 30. So it's the bylaw 2024-6 that was proposed by your mayor for the garbage collecting and on the other side for the regional park. So $15 go to the Magdalene Islands for what I just saying, the infrastructure for tourism. And that $15 is split in two, $7.50 for regional park and $7.50 for the garbage collecting. So now that tell you what is all about that $30. So if you split the revenue that they announced for this year without the change, because before the change they talk about $1 million revenue, can we say that only $250,000 go for the garbage collecting, and that just that thing is represent 18% of the municipal budget in Île-de-Madeleine? So do you think it will change something in your tax bill? It will change nothing. It will not even lower your tax, because what turns around that thing is the creation of regional park, and thinking that they will have no effect on your tax bill, it's hilarious. Basically hilarious, because I tell you by experience in just my town, we absorb the deficit each year of our regional park, which is not in fact a regional park. So basically, thinking that money fall from trees, it's a big thinking, you know. It never falls from trees. It falls from the pocket of people. And $30 archipelago pass is just kind of a thing to have you approve that thing, because if you are a citizen, you will not pay for it. But think the fact that you're going to have to be obliged to identify yourself with a picture ID or any form of ID that proves that you're a resident of the island. That's a big change in your life, and it's all between May 1st and October 14th. So she was for that kind of control of people, and the other control will be with the regional park. You don't create a regional park to let the thing goes. And don't forget, did she tell you since 2014, all public land are managed by the maritime community? They already do that, and they failed to do so. Will it be better after that? No. It will change nothing to put in other structures. Just to let you know, there is 160 employees at municipal level in Magdalene Island, and they will add more with that park, plus the control of the use. I invite you to go and read those things, but they're all in French. They don't care about English people. So we continue with the letter. We're almost done. This does not mean that I am in favor of that. I vote for the original park. She's not in favor, but she voted for it. You know what? It's hard to believe that that letter was done, like in that fashion. That does not mean that I'm in favor or that I vote for the regional park. The fund is created for regional park, nothing else. The obligation that you will have to identify yourself, it's clearly there. So I'm currently in discussion with the maritime community on how to best bring more information to the community concerning the regional park. So is it not here just an acknowledgement that she doesn't provide any information? It's not me, it's her who writing it down. I am currently in discussion with the maritime community on how the best to bring more information to the community concerning the regional park project as the park is not yet officially created. Look, this is clearly an admission that she provide no information, and now she tried to cover her things with the maritime community. The park is not created. The park is already there. The park is already touched by bylaw adopted by the maritime community. The park is already there. Don't say it's not there. Yeah, officially it's not a regional park, but that's public land or managed under a contract with Quebec government. Did she tell you that? Did she show you the protocol between Quebec government and maritime community? Did she show you that? Did she show you all the bylaw that touch the park? Did she show you that? That's a question. You have to ask you those kind of questions. Do you have the information? And the answer for me is no, because it's clearly mentioned on that document. So I thank you all for your continued support, and I sincerely hope that will join us at our public meeting held each second Monday of the month. Please find the 2024 calendar of the regular sitting below. The council schedule is always available online at mungi.ca, and we post the agenda in our town hall entrance and Carla Grocery. Why they don't put it right on the website? Why they don't just put it on the website? It's more easy. Okay, so that's what was, and that's your regular meeting schedule. So um, now you know more about what's happening in your neck of the wood. So the letter is not written by me. The letter is written by your mayor and by Maritime Community is the first document that I read you. So I hope that will help you to understand what's happening in your neck of the wood, and I hope you will be in great number asking question why in the last year and a half or in the last 20 years they never talked to you regarding the regional park. Just thinking of that. Why they don't talk to you about the protocol between Quebec government and all other instances in order to manage the public lands? Why they don't discuss that with you? Just a question like that. Why today she has to send you a letters? The question is right there. Why she send you a letter today? Because information was disclosed, and she's taken by surprise now. Now she have to excuse and apologize of everything she said about the opponent, the misinformation. That's defamation, clearly. Those statements, it's really defamation, nothing else. You cannot attack citizens like that when you're an elected official. That's create a bad feeling. That's create a bad atmosphere. When you made a mistake as a city councilor, you have to acknowledge you made a mistake and you just backed off. And you try to avoid any confrontation, but that is clearly confrontation when you said in your first paragraph, and I think it was first paragraph, let me go check, that there was, that's even the first line of the letters, and let's go back to the first line, because that's really important. The first line is really, 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 really important. With the overwhelming number of comments and misinformation published on social media. Um, in the last few weeks, I invite you to contact the office if you have any questions. So she said purely that what was brought in front of her on the meeting of the maritime community of April, she basically said that it's false statement and it's untrue. So she started the letter like that with an aggression to the opponent. That's not the way to bring back the peace in a city. It's not a good way. And I think you should go and ask her a question about misinformation. What was the misinformation? What is misinformation to say that she proposed the bylaw 2024-06? Is it misinformation? Is it misinformation to just spread out the plan, 90-page plan on social media? Is it misinformation to repeat what was inside the plan? Is it misinformation to say what was the partnership, for that discussion happened with all the organization regarding the fact that people should abandon their house or stuff like that? There was something, they call it Forum des Partenaires. You have to go and read that Forum des Partenaires to really understand what's happening. And as citizens of the island, you know well that there is less and less place to live in the island right now. So that was not misinformation. So she have to prove what she say now. She cannot say and accuse people of misinformation without making a statement, clear statement, and putting proof right on the table of the city council. And city council will have to disclose all discussion that they have in the past regarding regional parks because it starts since the last 20 years, according to them. The archipelago pass start since a year and a half, and they have big discussion. It was on the public radio on April 19, 2023. So did she disclose all that? Is it misinformation to just put on the website those statements made by the president of the maritime community? I don't think so. It's so easy, and that's a strategy. All city council, when they are in trouble, that's their strategy, is to attack viciously the opponent. Thank you for listening at me. Hope you're going to be at your next city council meeting asking questions politely but firmly. Thank you very much. Have a great day.